Hey, good evening. Welcome to the Unshakeable Show. What do we do? Round of applause, whatever this means. Good to see you all and great to be back again tonight. Now, we have some special guests. These are really good friends. I really appreciated these last few weeks, particularly with this guy. I'll mention his phone calls to me to check how I'm doing, and that's meant a lot to me. So we have Simon Benham, who is the senior leader at Kerith Church. I didn't even say Catrina Church then. At Kerith Church, which I think is 4 sites. And then we have Katrina, who is one of the location pastors. And it's great to have you guys with us. Thank you for giving us the time. So tell us a little bit about yourself. How's it going in lockdown? Who's in the house with you? Just fill us in some details.
Yep, so we have 5 adults in our house. We've got 3 kids, 3 grown-up kids, and 1's living away and 2 are living home. And my sister's living with us as well. So a variety of kind of working from home. Someone's being shielded, someone's between jobs. We're all learning new skills. There's piano playing going on, there's knitting going on, there's a bit of baking. So there's five adults in our house, and we have the sort of challenges of where to work most days and moving ourselves around on our laptops and who gets the best spaces. And
Who's learning the piano?
One of our kids, Jacob. So he's got the headphones on and he's learning that. So quite committed.
And I haven't done any knitting or any baking. I just want to be, not that, I wouldn't be against those things, but
I was going to say, I'd be really impressed if it's you learning to knit, Simon.
No, there have been a few. You and Alice have been learning to knit, haven't you?
Yeah. Alice did a great big long lovely scarf. Well, you're a knitter in any case. Many things. The funny thing is, people are saying to me, "What are you making?" I'm not making anything. I'm just letting my hands do something, and I'm not staring at a screen. But it might be a scarf or a blanket. But my friends, was encouraging me with that, so I've enjoyed that. Yeah, it's good, isn't it, for the soul? Just some creative things, I think, at this time. We've been doing a few bits. We've got a tiny garden, but we've been doing pots and herbs and hanging bunting and trying to do some creative things. I think that helps.
That made a difference.
Tell us a little bit about, let's back up a little bit, what life was like. Can you think of it pre-COVID? What was your normal day job?
Both working for the church. So we're in the same office space. So our days, a lot of our days would revolve around a lot of stuff going on there. So lots of meetings, stuff in the evenings as well. We tend to do different things in the evenings. A lot less interaction with our kids because they're off doing their own things. Alice has got a business that does digital marketing, and Jacob's, like I said, is between jobs. So normally, we'd bump into them and we might have evening meals together, but nothing like the intensity of what we've got at the moment.
Every lunchtime, every dinner time at the minute. Alice is used to a bit of travelling with work, and even though we work together, we're only in meetings a couple of times a week and we sit in different places, so we weren't used to seeing quite so much of each other. I don't have an office in the church building, so my office is coffee shops, so I do most of my work and prep in coffee shops in town, so that's been a real change, not being able to do that. And then we have a pretty solid rhythm to how we do life. So typically Saturday would have been our Sabbath day, and that would be the day that we would just stop, do nothing, go for a walk. We're quite near to the Thames, so we go to the Thames and walk down there. There's a pub we really like to go to and hang out there. We go to the cinema. We do, just enjoying life, really.
Right. Last time you were in with us, Simon, here at Cambridge with our staff, you shared about Sabbath. And how have you been maintaining that then on the lockdown? Because obviously that's changed things. Have you kept the same rhythm, and what do you do on your Sabbath?
I think when lockdown first started, the first 3 or 4 weeks were just completely full on every day, every evening, trying to reconfigure life and church and, just deal with the chaos. So I felt like I didn't stop for about 4 weeks, I think, of just continuous work. But I think we've settled into a bit more of a rhythm now. It's interesting for us now because in Ulster, we'd had 3 meetings on a Sunday. So we were at church from sort of 8 in the morning till 1:30, and then we'd be back at 5:30 till 8:30. So Sunday was this really long day. And actually now Sunday, we get up and we watch the live stream with everyone else. And then we do a Facebook live chat after the meeting for about half an hour where we just chat with anyone who wants to catch up. And then we're going at 11, 11:15, we're like, oh, that's it. That's like, oh, this is what Sundays look like for everybody else, or for lots of other people.
Yeah.
So actually, Sundays has become a really rich day in terms of actually Sabbathing and stopping.
Right.
So I think for me, that's now become the day that I'm, really going, okay, this day I won't do anything that looks like work. Emails off, everything's off. I'm not really going to respond to anything. Actually, Sunday's become that day in this season, which is quite a change.
Interesting. It's changed everything, hasn't it? The way it's affected all our days.
I think the rhythm and stuff, like being available in the evenings, or just being a little bit more on call, more phone calls, more, not going out to things, but touching base with people. Obviously, there's some Zoom things going on. We've picked up a few courses and online groups, but.
And how's it working with?
Working out for ourselves how we manage that, really. We're used to Friday being a day off, but now we think, well, it's just the way we work. But yeah, it was just working out what we do every day.
And how's it worked with it is 4 sites you've got now with Kerith, isn't it? How's it worked? Are you putting one service out that goes across them all? Is that what's the way you've done it?
Yeah, we've got one service that goes across them all, but we've tried to use people from all the different sites. So on any one Sunday, so our band now is all people like sat in their homes playing their individual instruments to click tracks, and then that's all edited together into an experience. And the hosts, the preacher, whoever's doing like closing the worship would all be people from different sites. So I think actually in many ways it's brought our sites closer together.
Yes.
One of our sites is on the Isle of Wight, and a lot of those people would never have been to any of the mainland sites. And yet what we're hearing is that they now feel very connected because they're watching this one church live stream that's got their people on. Yeah. And they're also meeting a load of people from the other sites that they've never seen before. That's been really interesting. I feel like we're more connected as one church than we've ever been, really.
Yeah, that's great. I should mention to you, actually, because you've always said to me, we keep stealing people from Kerith, which we have. We've had some quality people come and move here. So thank you. There's been no transfer fee.
I was say, where's the exchange? Come on.
There is one of our guys who's with the Kerith on the Isle of Wight now.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant.
Yeah. No, I don't know if he's going to stay there because he's doing teacher training and he finishes in the summer. But he's loved being part of it. So temporary.
So we tried.
Yeah.
We're not trying to make him come back. If he stays there, we're very happy.
Well, people love it once they go there, Yeah,
thank you for looking after our people who've come so well. Georgie and Anna and Charlie, who are with you. We just love those guys and really delighted they've landed somewhere that's blessing them so much. So thank you.
Oh wow, they're just great people. They just become part of everything. So thank you. Mutual Appreciation Society going on here.
Should we throw him a curveball?
Ask him some of we've got a couple of questions here which we've never asked anybody else, but we thought with you guys, we could ask you these questions.
You didn't have anything else interesting to say, so you had to.
No, it's because you're such deep thinkers. What was the first one? A hero. That was the first one. If anyone that it's the kind of old question. If you were to have dinner with anybody who's a hero, who would you choose? You can have 2, 1 each.
Okay. My goodness.
Well, for me, growing up as a kid, I grew up in the northeast of England, just outside Newcastle, and my hero growing up was Brendan Foster. Runner. And he was just like this amazing idol in terms of it was a time when he was in the Olympics and all of that stuff. And my dad sat next to him on a plane. He used to travel down to London regularly and sat next to Brendan Foster and didn't talk to him or ask for his autograph. And I think I forgave my dad for quite a long time after that. But, he was certainly growing up. He was my hero.
Right.
Brendan Foster.
Were you a runner, Simon?
Sorry?
Were you a runner?
I run badly. We've actually just started. Katrina did Couch to 5K last year, and as part of our rhythm in lockdown, we started running together. So every Saturday we go for a 5K run together, and take a rucksack, and we get the papers like 2/3 of the way around and pick those up and put them in the rucksack. And Katrina started doing her fastest times ever.
I know. So with Mr. Longley next to me. So yeah.
Wow.
Fantastic.
I'm impressed.
What do you think? We went for a walk.
Yeah, I've been for quite a few walks.
Yeah.
You'd be faster than me. You'd be there and back by the time I got there, I think.
Katrina, what about you? Hero?
Well, I'll give you 2 quick ones. One would be Claudia Winkleman. Just love everything about her. It'd be fun to spend some time with her. She's so funny. I like her a lot.
Yeah.
I'd be a bit intimidated. But one would be Bobby Houston. So I really like her. I saw her once at an event and was sort of shy and thought, because no one seemed to know who she was. We were in the States. It was quite a few years ago. And she was on her own. And I thought, I wish I was brave enough to say hello. And I think I popped into the loos. And then I thought, I'm going to kick myself. And there's a few people at home that I thought would just be like, Katrina, one idiot. So I went and sort of shyly and, blushing, said hello and had a photo taken with her. I think she's amazing. Yeah, I love how she leads.
Yeah.
Very natural, I find, with Bobby. She's very natural leadership.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you head up, I mean, that's come one way that we got to know each other with heading up a women's conference, isn't it? What's happening with that this year?
Yeah, like everybody else, really. We've had to say we're not meeting this year, rolling over the tickets to next year, meeting same time next year, but we're just unable to do anything really and haven't got the sort of capacity or energy or not sure there's quite the appetite for trying to do something online just yet. Might try and do something in the autumn just to gather women in some way, but yeah, sadly had to say we're unable to meet. So we usually meet at the end of June. And we've had a conference for the last 12 years. Wow. So yeah, sad, but you just realise the inevitability of it after a while when you realise no one else is able to hold their conferences either. But it gives us an opportunity to maybe reset next year. We felt we were going to go in a new direction. We were going to perhaps be site-based next year. Right. So it's an opportunity to reset really rather than think we'll do the same thing again and to hear from God. And also to see if women have got appetite for that and what they want, what they need. Could we give them resources now? What would they like? I start watching what other people are doing and thinking, do they want an online Bible study? Do we want podcasts? Do we want virtual groups? What do women want and need? So yeah, it's a gift probably really, isn't it, from God that we get to ask him.
Absolutely. I think that's with everything with church, isn't it? This has given us our downtime to actually say, reassess. We've been I know we've been a bit on a treadmill. It's felt at times and we've committed to things, and then when it comes to it we think actually maybe this wasn't the wisest thing to do. So actually it's given us time to rethink, to repray, to recalibrate. Any major changes for you, Simon? Anything that's come, any lessons learned now?
I think partly it's just been such a whirlwind so far,
right,
of the whole COVID thing. I think we are seeing a different pace. I don't think church is going to emerge from this the same as it went in. I think any idea that we're just going to go back to doing church, there's some dates and then we'll just start meeting again and it'll be like it never happened.
Absolutely.
I think everything's going to be different now. I think lots of people may well access Sundays online from now on because they've found that as a way that works for them. We certainly found things like courses and small groups and prayer meetings. There's lots of those that I think will stay online now. Because they just seem to work better. They're more accessible. We've got a guy from Colombia who's signed up for our Alpha course that starts on Wednesday. We're like, well, that would never happen normally. I think that sense of actually using the technology, I think we've probably been slow at adopting it and making use of it, and I think this has forced us to almost reclaim the internet for Jesus. And I think how we make use of all that is going to be really key. And I think it's a huge opportunity for us. I think we've got to not think about going back to how we did things before. This is a complete reset for church. So I think just trying to work out, we did an initial, we've got to try and make church just work online. But now we're going, how do we make this a much better experience, a richer experience, shorter things.
More interactive.
Yeah, just creating all those places where people can still feel like they're getting community. Plugging in without actually physically meeting up.
Something I'd never thought of, but I heard last night, there's a couple in the church who are in their 80s, and they're very, very active 80s, but they don't go out of an evening. Quite understandably don't like a drive in the dark. They said for the first time ever, they've been able to connect with a small group.
And prayer meetings and things like that. It's been amazing, hasn't it? I mean, so proud of our people for sort of learning these new skills and taking them on board so much, interacting, writing comments on Facebook Live or being able to access things, and other people in church have sort of helped with how you sort of set things up. But it's been wonderful. We've also got quite a number of deaf people in our community. One of our meetings we would usually have signing going on, And the sort of stories back from them is church is more accessible than ever before.
Wow.
And they're able to access all the little nuances and the tidbits of news and the backwards and forwards chit chat, because mostly it's written, and we've got people that are doing subtitles and doing signing.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just a real rich time for them, that they're more fully able to access what's going on. So it's wonderful how God's using that. Yeah.
Brilliant. Hey, I think our time is coming to a close, but maybe just one last question, unless Angie's got anything else. But is there anything that we can particularly be praying for you for as a church? We found that the prayer levels have gone up.
Massively.
I don't want to put words in your mouth, but we're praying about the future, and we need wisdom for it. We're going to be sharing some stuff with the church very soon about what we think, but it's all very much open hands, not closed hands, because it changes so quickly. But anything we could focus our prayers for you on?
I think for me, it would be evangelistic breakthrough. You know, that we would really see, you know, a lot of us have talked about contending for revival and believing God for revival. And we're part of the Wildfires group with Pete Gregg and all that crowd. And, you know, there's a really strong sense of God wants to send revival. Yeah. And it's like we've been praying and then this has happened. And you go, I don't think those two are disconnected. I don't think God sent COVID, but I think he's going to use it for good and turn some evil for good. Yeah. So I think for me that we really grab this moment, like evangelistically, what does that look like to speak into the issues that people are experiencing and connect those with a relationship with God? That would be my heart, that we would see like millions of people swept into the kingdom.
Fantastic.
You know, that we would look back and go, blimey, that was the beginning of, you know, the next great awakening, and God just did this remarkable thing. And that, you know, not just our churches, but every church in the nation would be overflowing with people physically there, people online. You know, the gospel would just, I suppose that would be my real heart. You know, we're doing all the stuff pastorally and all that stuff, but if we just come out of this a bit friendly or a bit, you know, I'd be sad. I think God wants to do a much bigger thing in this, and I don't know what that looks like. I don't know how that works itself out, but I think that we would grab that opportunity, you know, practically in terms of serving people. So, you know, our food bank and debt counselling and all that stuff, but through that and just through what we do, you see millions, you know, across the nation come to know Jesus.
That's great.
Yeah, true.
Same.
Brilliant. And, you know, and neighbours, it's a challenge, isn't it?
It is,
We're not personally finding people coming and saying, you know, I want what you've got, your peace, your hope, the way you're going through this, you know, or tell me about Jesus, or tell me about church. So it's still, it's a challenge, isn't it? Yeah, still praying into that and openness and us shining our lights. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. We are grateful to you, grateful for your leadership in the nation, your example as a church. We love you lots, really do.
You too.
And we're praying for you. I think that's it for tonight.
Yeah.
Time goes quickly.
It really does.
Oh, yeah. Thanks so much for having us.
We love you guys as well, and just really grateful for all the leadership that you're bringing.
Amen.
You know, you two have been such an inspiration to us as a couple.
Yeah.
And not just you, but the whole C3 crowd. We just love you as a church, and I love what you're about, cheer you on, learning from you.
Amen.
And it's just great to have you two as friends. And you know, we just kind of privileged to know you both.
I think we do realise in these times as well, don't we, how much we need friends.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
So thank you. God bless you. We end the same every week or every time, which is we are
C3, wherever we are. God bless you. See you very soon.
Bye-bye.